Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm OdinSpack. We're having a chill evening tonight, a little bit of a chill talk, chill stream, talking about my my Canadian expedition, as I called it, my Canadian trip, my vacation, part goodbye. Not to Canada, but like I'll get into it. But yeah, I if you're wondering, like, yeah, didn't you just go on vacation like a month or two ago, and you're gone again? Well, I'll get into that as well as showing off some of the stuff that I did bring home from Canada, and uh, and we'll probably talk about some other stuff too. Game awards maybe because they announced the nominees for that recently, so we'll talk about that a little bit, and we'll talk about some upcoming content on here. So, we got a little bit of everything for everybody, a little bit of everything. I probably will make a proper update video regarding some of the topics discussed during tonight's stream. But not everything, but there's definitely some stuff that I'm going to talk about that not like serious or anything like that, but definitely something I want to reminisce, I guess, a little bit about. So I probably will make a proper video for it too. So, um, Master Starman, welcome on in. Your most watched 2024. It's only November. How I saw you post that. I'm like, how is there already 2024 in review? There's still another month to go. Like it's like I know the Game Awards is like a week or two into December, but like at least that's closer. It's still November. That's crazy. But anyway, I guess if you put it out at the same time every year, then as long as it accounts for previous year's December, then it's fine, I suppose. So I recently went to Canada last week. It was pretty tough to get the time off, but I managed to swing it. And the reason that I went back home to Canada, why'd I go back, is actually the home that I mostly grew up in, like late middle school, high school, a bit of college, before I moved out. Um, my dad sold it because he's moving away. He retired. Congrats to my dad. Very happy for him. Um, but he retired and he sold the home. So it's I got a lot of memories in that place. That's the place where I started this channel. I started YouTube. It was there. Um, so it was like really important. I mean, obviously it's more important than just that, okay? Like obviously lots of other things. But as far as this channel is concerned, it started there. So, it kind of sucks, honestly. It's like saying goodbye. So I wanted to see it one last time before it was officially no longer theirs. So that's why I went. I pretty much went at like almost like the last possible opportunity, honestly. Any later, and it probably wouldn't have happened. But um, I wanted to go last month, but it just wasn't doable. But yeah, so they sold the home, and I wanted to go visit family. I hadn't seen some of my family in a while. I actually went back to Canada last year in July, um, and that was before I started working because I wasn't able to work at that point yet. So that was my like one opportunity to go and visit before that started. And so yeah, it's been over a year since I had been back, and honestly, when I went then, I thought I was saying goodbye. I had a hunch, but when I went back then, I didn't even know my dad hadn't retired yet when I last visited. So it kind of like it wasn't wasn't out of nowhere, but definitely earlier than I would have thought. But it just worked out that way, and again, I'm really happy for him, right? But so yeah, he's gonna be quite the distance now. So I'm really happy for him. But I wanted to see everybody, so I got the opportunity to see most of my family while I was there. It was a lot of fun. Got to hang out in Toronto a bit, which I guess it was the maybe bad timing to go to Toronto while Taylor Swift was in town. But it wasn't the worst, honestly. It wasn't like crazy or something, but maybe busier than normal. I don't know. I know it's always a busy city, but uh, so yeah, I just kind of wanted to kind of talk about that. That's why I've kind of didn't really want to talk about it too much. I kind of want to just go on the trip, come back from the trip, um, and then just kind of share with you guys a little bit about it. Like I said, this part of like the stream at the beginning here, I probably will make like a more proper video about, because I did actually, um, I did a minor while I was thinking about it, I did a minor photo shoot, um, towards the end because well it'll make sense when I make the video, but a little before and after, I'll say. But um like I said, it's just I'm sorry. It was just is it really sad, it was really sad to kind of to go, like, not, it wasn't sad to visit or anything, but it was sad to leave. But I got to hit up some of my favorite spots. I got to do a little bit of shopping. Uh, got to eat some of like the places I like going to. My nan cooked dinner, which I was really looking forward to, and it was a good time. It was a good time. Drift Looney, welcome on in. Um, but I want to show off some of the stuff I got too, because apparently the Canadian dollar is garbage right now, and I was able to capitalize on that, and I bought a few things, maybe a couple more things than I should have. This Poppy Bros Junior, which was in my thumbnail, I did not buy in Canada. I bought that here actually. Paid more than I probably should have. Probably would have been a lot cheaper there. Um, but I haven't shown him off on stream yet, so there he is. He's a cutie. I had to own him. You guys know me. I love Kirby, right? Maybe there'll be some Kirby in here. I'm wearing the Kirby shirt too, so. But I have the things that I purchased is all like swag. I do have games too. However, I didn't buy any games while I was there, but I do have quite a few games. Um, and we'll go into those. A lot of them are childhood games. A lot of them were given to me by my bro Cypheron, um, who I got to see while I was there. I wasn't expecting him to like give me what he did. He gave me quite a bit. So I'm really thankful. I'm really grateful. If you guys don't know, I'm currently trying to complete my childhood collection. That's the goal, and the goal is to own every game um, that me and my collective siblings owned from, like, pretty much from when we started playing games to roughly graduating high school for me. So that's what I consider my childhood. Pretty much pre OdinSpack 33 on YouTube, right? That's pretty much my childhood, as I kind of have it put. So I'm less stickler about getting stuff that I didn't necessarily own. Not to say that I'm not trying to, um, not that I'm saying I'm not trying to maybe own stuff that maybe we didn't own growing up, especially some Super Nintendo games I would have loved to have owned growing up. Um, but for the the main portion of the collection is that my shelf is definitely running out of a lot of space. So I'm gonna need some more space, and unfortunately, in this apartment, I don't think that's gonna happen. But I did purchase some. I didn't purchase anything. I have some shelves from my last bookshelf, like my IKEA Billy bookcase. Shout out to IKEA, I guess. Not sponsored, not paid. Um, but I have some shelves that I was supposed to have when my dad helped. Chat disconnected. Am I still streaming? Oh, that's weird. Successfully connected. I've never seen that happen before. Okay. Sorry, I had to say that. That was weird. Um, I've literally never seen that happen before. Um, Also, Pixie, welcome on in, and Slimbo, welcome on in, pal. Never gonna own your childhood collection again. If you never own a physical copy of Sculptor's Cut, I saw one of those a couple months ago, I think. It was expensive, as you would think. But like, thankfully, there's no games in my childhood collection that are like that. Thankfully, or if there are, I own them. So there's actually there's nothing I own like that much money. I don't think. I'm pretty sure. But where was I? Oh yeah, so I got some shelves. I was supposed to have a larger bookshelf than this. I was going to invest, but I chose it. I decided against it because it was too large. It was really expensive, and I didn't. But I think once I have the space, I'm going to get it because now I'll have uh a ton more of shelves because now I have like extra shelves for my other Billy bookcase from when I lived in Canada. So now I have those too. So I also have some other stuff that I brought home that I'm not gonna show off because like it's not relevant really. There is one thing that I could show off, that is probably the most expensive thing I brought back. But that being said, I might just I don't really want to. I guess I don't really want to go into that right now, only because maybe that'll be for future Odin to show off. But I think I'm probably gonna leave that one alone right now. Not game related. I mean, it's not game related, but it has the potential to be. I know it might sound weird. The most expensive thing I own be Path of Radiance. That's more my high school. I still consider my high school era as like my childhood. Like that's like I said. I'm trying to get everything pre YouTube basically. It's my childhood, my growing up. High school. You're still a kid. Um, your parents are still providing for you, paving the way. So. We got Wolf Kaminari in here. Welcome on in, Wolf. See you soon, Wolf. See you real soon. Well, okay, a couple months, but see you soon. Welcome on in, pal. Most expensive thing I own. You want you want my address? No, I'm kidding. What's the most expensive thing you own, and where do you live? No. Is Path of Radius the most expensive thing I own? Game wise? Maybe. I mean, yeah, hand over those wacky digits. I have something maybe more valuable. Debatably more valuable. Um, well, it's SIN here. It's not SSN. Uh, Here I will show off this, which I got forever ago, and you guys can be the judge on this one. Okay, Path of Radiance is worth a lot. It's going for like 200 American. However, something I do own going for over 900, debatably over 900, because the debatable part is if it's classified as new, is the debate. And I'll never know, because who knows if I'll ever, open this. But debatably, the most expensive thing I own is this copy of Super Mario Bros. 3 that is debatably sealed. Debatably. I don't know if it is. Like, I've heard of sticker sealed things. So I don't know if this is truly sealed because it is tampered, right? It's not opened. So we'll say debatably a few more times, but it's not in it's in pretty good shape. It's honestly in really good shape. Like if someone were to purchase this for that, then maybe. Otherwise, no. Otherwise, probably Path of Radiance. But yeah, if I could get the right person to buy that for new, you know, 900. Debatably. One of these days you attack her at a Tellius game. So, oh yeah, I do have Soul Silver. How much does that go for now these days? Is that more? How much is that going for? Figure bundle. What's that? Poke Walker. Oh yeah, this goes for more. This Soul Silver. Okay, Soul Silver is. It's more. It's more than Path of Radiance. Holy crap. Oof. All right. Don't rob me, please. Wow, that's a pricey game. Whew. I got that used at not long after it came out either. At a store for like, how much were DS games in Canada when they came out? Like $40? I got it for like 30, I'm pretty sure. That sounds right. So, solid investment, you know. I think it was like 40. I think DS games were like 40. 3DS might have gone up to 50, but I think DS games were 40. That sounds correct. 40 US for sure. Honestly, Canada might have matched for a bit. The dollar was good around that time. No, I don't have the figure bundle. I have the Poke Walker though. Okay, this isn't me flaunting off how much my collection's worth. Oh yeah. Also, I meant to play some music. So let me know. Let me know if that's too loud or not. Taking a page out of Griff's book, playing some SNES relaxing music. Hopefully, I tried to play a more obscure playlist, so Nintendo doesn't come after me as this starts off with a Nintendo game. Made by Rare. Alright. So yeah, where was I going? Why was I talking about that? Why were we talking about money? I don't know why I was really talking about that. I guess I could just sell my collection, right? And I could probably be pretty good. But anyway, I'm trying to... Oh, right. We were talking about, like, Sculptor's Cut and stuff like that. Right. Now, thankfully, some of those... Like Soul Silver, honestly, I could get rid of because it's not a childhood game. It's post... The latest Pokemon game that is a childhood game is Pokemon Diamond, and that's, like, the tail end of high school. So, I really like Diamond. But yeah, anyway, so I did pick up... I completed a lot of that collection. I haven't updated it in Backloggery because I was kind of waiting for this stream to happen, or if it was going to be a video. I didn't know if it was going to be a video either. I figured I would do that. Man, there must be something weird going on with YouTube's chat thing. Maybe when I do name that game tune, I'm definitely gonna have to stream it on Twitch or something because this is ridiculous. This keeps happening. Now, what's weird is that's not popping up on my embedded chat in here. Here, I'm gonna do like a test. Like, you guys probably see that. Oh, well, I guess it pops up eventually. Okay, so I guess any chat that is missed, whatever. Why are we talking about this? This is dumb, stupid. Anyway, I probably, when I do name that game tune, it probably will be on Twitch anyway. But maybe there's just something going on with YouTube right now. But yeah, hopefully that music isn't too loud. I don't think it's loud at all, honestly. I probably could turn it up a little bit. But so let's just show off some of the stuff I got. Like most of it is little like figurines and stuff like that. I will say this. Here, I'm gonna get something that I didn't get in Canada. I got this actually here. But I have been, I don't know if I've really mentioned this, but I have been collecting these guys, which are these little tiny, like 2.5-inch Mario figurines. Yes, I do own Baby Luigi now. He was the chase figure. I mean, like, considering what comes in this, like each of them are like a 5 set, and very clearly Baby Luigi is like the weird one of the set, because the other ones I feel like some variation of them comes in a lot of these sets. Like this one, for instance, has Fire Mario, so it's got a version of Mario. Light Blue Yoshi, so it's got a version of Yoshi. Koopa Paratroopa, you know, standard Mario bad guy. And Boo, which maybe Boo is a little bit more obscure, I suppose, but I also already have Boo. So, you know, Baby Luigi, I guess you could argue it is a Luigi variant, but also, like, it's Baby Luigi. So, it's definitely, like, the weird one of this set. And I'm sure if I looked up somewhere, I could find out what, like, each of these series were or something like that, but anyway, I didn't get this in Canada, but I do collect these, so I did pick up something, or two, or three. Let's just go into it. Something I haven't purchased in a while, actually, is an amiibo. And this was purchased on the day before we left. And we went into GameStop, because it's GameStop now, it's not EB Games. I guess we're just going into the talking about stuff now. And so I probably wouldn't have bought like any other amiibo, but I do have a shelf up there with my amiibos on it, and I have my other amiibos stored somewhere. Maybe in my future background in a future office, you know, I'll have those more prominently displayed. But this one, like, I had to get. I feel like it's Sora. So I saw Sora. I had to get them. They had like 3 of them. Amiibo have definitely gone up in price since they came out. But, you know, I had to get Sora. Am I ever going to use it in Smash Bros? Never. Will it come out of the box? Probably. The only 2 boxed amiibos I have are DK and Rob. And that's because they're both from, like, they both have, like, a memory associated with them. They're kind of like winnings. I don't know, or like trophies. So I kind of have them still in the box. But, you know, this one here, whatever. Like, it'll look cool up on the shelf. So, I'll probably open that. Alright. Alright, here we go. We got a 2.5. We got a 2.5 Mario figurine. So, according to this... Oh, this is from Wave 50. Okay, so the sticker on the GameStop here actually has what wave it's from. I'm gonna take the GameStop sticker off. You don't need to know. I mean, I didn't pay much for it. It was 8 Canadian. There you go. You know. Now you know. All right. That's how much I paid for it. But I got. I think this is. There was another option I definitely could have gotten, but I think this one was pretty obscure and pretty cool. I got Mecha Koopa. So I thought that was pretty neat. If straight out of Super Mario World, you know, throw them back at Bowser. You know, to take him out. It's pretty awesome, right? Like, I saw that. They had tons of them, too. Like, I've never seen them around here. They also had Cat Toad, which was another option I could have gotten. Like, blue Cat Toad. And, you know, I could have gotten him. I love Toad. But I have, like, lots of Toads. And it's like, it's fine. I think you know, honestly, maybe I should have bought both. But whatever. I saved, you know, for Sora or something like that. But anyway, I got Mecha Koopa. So, we ended up going to 3 GameStops. Did I buy something from each one? I did, actually. So, I bought Sora at one GameStop. I bought Mecha Koopa at another GameStop. And at the 3rd GameStop... Now, this is the same price as those 2.5-inch Mario figurines. This is also $8. So I need to give it a little background with this. So I bought this, and we're gonna open it too. So I bought this Kirby figurine, and you'll notice it's Yo-Yo, and you'll notice there's a whole bunch of them on the back, right? So I thought that this was a blind box because the GameStop we went to that had Sora only had one of these left, so I bought it. Didn't ask anything. But then when we went to a different GameStop, they had a whole bunch of them with different fronts. So I'm like, are these not blind boxes? Or are these actually like, are these actually just like what it says? And so I asked them, they're like, yeah, it's just what it says on the box. So I own another one, which I won't go into right now. But so I have Yo-Yo Kirby, and we're gonna open it now because I haven't opened it yet. So this is cool. I'm excited. Like, I'm assuming that maybe it'll be the same price as the 2.5 figurine. Oh, you're supposed to punch here. Whatever, I'm not doing that. What am I gonna do? Keep the box? I'm not keeping the box for this. Get up here. Is this wrapped? No, it's in plastic. Oh yeah, this is sick. Oh, this is. Does it come with a stand? I don't think it do. No, but this rules. Guys, this is awesome. Also, I don't know if Mecha Koopa winds up, but if that part is movable, that will be awesome. Oh, so yeah, I take all those out of the box too. Normally, I have a whole shelf here, like littered with them usually. There are some on there right now, but I have a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh figurines on there right now because I've weirdly been collecting those too. Why? I don't know. This rules. This is pretty good considering the Mecha Koopa was like the same price. This feels like, I don't know, like a lot better and like a larger figurine. I don't know, maybe it's the same size, but this is sick. There's no stand or anything. Does he stand easily? Not really. So that's unfortunate. I guess that's the downside, is he doesn't really... Why would they release it like this? I guess I just have to stand him up against something. Like... Here. There we go. You can go against Greg. There we go. He's hiding up there now. Okay. So, there's a McDonald's that we stopped in on the way there and back. And right now, they have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe figurines. Bobo got one. I got one. And I asked, hey, what toy do you have right now? Because, you know, I don't want to get the same one again, right? Lady's like, I don't know. Some monkey? I don't know who he is. You mean you don't know who Donkey Kong is? One of the most iconic characters in gaming, DK. So, anyway, there's the dong in his unstickered car, because there's stickers you're supposed to put on it. So, there's DK and his monster wheels. So, there's DK. Man, my desk can be full of stuff by the time I leave here. At the same McD's, it was like a truck stop. They had more of these guys, except it's in a different box this time. So this might be larger than the 2.5-inch ones. But it does show what's on the back. And, you know, it's got Fire Luigi. It's got Flying Squirrel Mario, which I do own. It's got Nabbit, which I own. Not this one. It's got Paragoomba. Do I own Paragoomba? I don't think so. But what I don't own until now is huge Montgomery. Big Montgomery. Yes, Monty Mole. He's so awesome. I love Monty. I don't know. Maybe he's larger than 2.5. Maybe he is. I don't know. He's a chunk. I had to get him. There's no way I was not getting Montgomery. And look, he can put his arms up. So he's shocked. He's like, haha, you know, and he pops up at you and runs at you. That's his whole thing. He just does that. There we go. He can hide there. Alright. The last figurine, it's in the same vein as the 2.5 figurines, the Mario ones, except this is the next step up. This is like the 5-inch ones. And I actually got this as a present from my mom, who requested that at my next stream was in the background. So I will have to honor her request by doing that. by putting Fire Mario, big Fire Mario. I do own small Fire Mario, I believe, but now I own big Fire Mario and Fire Flower. So I don't know if I will open this one or leave it like this, but I will put him. I'll just cover up Poppy Bros Jr. Here, Volbeat, and actually, here. No, I don't know. We'll do that. Alright, so there he is. Front and center. Just for you, Mom. He'll end up on the shelf, but for now, he can be there. So there's Fire Mario. Thanks, Mom. Alright. Alright, last of the swag. Before we get into the things I didn't pay money for. Oh, there she is. In the chat. Right there. Right there for you. Like I say, he's going to end up on the shelf, but right now he's right there. Because I don't want to take him out of the box. Because that's a lot harder to open than some of these other ones. Alright, the last thing. This is a two-part special here. Arcades. We went to a few, and we played claw machines, because Bobo loves the claw machine. And we know, I gotta thank Pixie for maybe spotting us for one of these arcades. Maybe spent a little more than I would have wanted to. But I had to get this. And, you know, we didn't get it initially, and then I put a little more in, and then I did get it. And so I gotta show this off, because it's huge cute. It is a bunny Kirby. So when we were there, this was like the only thing I wanted, and I was getting it. So I got it. So thanks Bobo, thanks Pixie. I don't know if there's a bunny Kirby at all in any of the games. Maybe, but I own him. So, and then at another arcade we went to, Bobo tried to win a Pusheen, did not work, unfortunately. However, I got the perfect pairing of Looney Tunes, Acme Anvil, and comic Wile E. Coyote. It will take him at least 5 minutes to push this anvil. So, thought that was pretty funny. Honestly, it was hilarious watching the anvil get picked up and then drop into, because, you know, when I saw it drop, it was like, boom! Because, you know, an anvil falling. I don't know. It was funny to me. I also, Scythe was with us when we went to this arcade, so. Zenonia was with us at the other arcade. Pixie, unfortunately, had to leave. He had real life things to attend to, which was sleep, because he had to work the next day. But you know, that was all fun. So there you go. There's all the figurine stuff. So what's gonna happen now is I'm gonna get rid of everything else I own and just put all these little gaming figurines. Man, I got a lot. That's when you put it all together, it really like feels like, oof. That was kind of a bunch, wasn't it? Yeah, just a bit. Anyway, so that, like I said, that's the one thing I want to show off, was the little gaming figurines that I got. You know, me and Bobo, we actually went there with, so we actually had money left over from our wedding. We'd actually received Canadian dollars as a gift. And so that's what we used, because obviously we can't really use that in America. And I'm from Canada, if you guys don't know that. Just to be clear, I didn't just go to Canada for no reason. I mean, you can. There's no reason you can't go to Canada, but, you know, so, you know, we had some fun money to burn. So I don't feel, like, too bad about spending the money that we did on, like, random stuff like that, because we had it. So it was nice. It was nice. Sorry, I need a drink. All right. Now, I know what you guys want to see. You want to see the game, so some context here before we get into it. So I'll show you the box. So this is jammed full of games in here. So there's all bunch of games in this thing, and so this is a gift from Cypheron, who's now Cypheron64 on YouTube, formerly Cypheron48, or just Cypheron or Cyph, my bro. So I have him to thank for not only like obviously the games that he gave me, but like a lot of my just gaming like interest in general. Being my older brother, you know, kind of always looked up to him, and you know that I'm getting emotional here. You know, he had a lot of games, you know, when I was born. Like he's a lot older than me, and so I kind of already had like a collection like off the get-go. You know, I never had to like get all a bunch of stuff or anything like that. I just kind of was always, you know, I'm thankful that I was always kind of just able to play all this stuff that he owned. And so a lot of my childhood collection I don't own. If it's like NES and SNES and N64, because most of it belonged to my brothers, both of them. But Scythe was very kind to actually give me some of those items. You may have seen some of these games in like Odin's collection videos I did forever ago, but they were always his or my other brothers. And but now I own them. Not all of them. He did keep some stuff, but I do own some of them. And this again significantly helps reduce the amount of games that I need to get for my childhood collection. So thanks again, Scythe. This also might be its own video at some point, maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to get this in a good way where it's not like... Whoa, I don't need these headphones, right? Oh, I guess I'm not even wearing them. Alright, I guess, what am I gonna do here? I have a shelf, I guess I can put them on. I need to put my microphone a little closer. Okay. Alright, let's start off with a game that's actually mine, though. So, that he just happened to have. This is actually my game. One of the games I bought when I don't know when I started game hunting. I always call it game chasing because I watch the Game Chasers, so I always call it game chasing. Shout out to the Game Chasers. But this actually is mine. He just happened to have it because I think he was doing a Let's Play of it, so he was using my copy. But it's Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. So, actually my game. Figured I'd start with that because, like, I have it back now. So, not a game we grew up with. I mean, I emulated it a whole bunch, right? We rented it. What's going on? Oh, some ladies doing stuff back there. Alright, and then this game actually is neither mine nor my brother's. This game actually belonged to my sister, and I guess Scythe had it. But now I do. So thanks, Zenonia. You didn't even know you gave me this, but I mean, whatever. You didn't even know of its existence until now. That's Pokemon Pinball on the Game Boy Color. It's in a little rough shape, cartridge-wise. I'm probably cleaning it up. But I put a lot of time into this game, and so we'll probably play this in the future. It's a good time, honestly. You know, it has simplistic, like you could experience it pretty fast, but as far as like getting everything, it'll take you a while. So there we go. There's Pokemon Pinball. I don't remember how much I paid for Yoshi's Island. I don't think it was a lot. It was probably like 20 or less, honestly. So yeah, I actually owned that, and this is funny. Zenonia actually owned both Pokemon Pinball games. She actually owns Ruby Sapphire, which I own. That might be one of my more pricey games too, because I actually own it with the box. I saved the box from being thrown out. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that for everything, but that was one of the games I was able to save. So, all right, some random stuff here. I've never even played this game, but this is a game that came in this pack of like 6 Sim games, not The Sims, but like Sim. So this is one of 6. So you know we're 1/6 of the way there with Sim Isle. So I feel like I've never played it because it probably didn't work on our computer, but here we go. We got Sim Isle. This, I mean, I think this is Sife's copy. I mean, it has to be. I guess he owned it too. I forget that he played Pokemon as well. He doesn't really talk about it too much, but he definitely played, like, Generation 1, 2... Did he skip 3? May have skipped 3 and 4. So I own Pokemon Pearl now. And so this completes my DS childhood collection, because this is the version that Zenonia owned. And I guess Scythe did too, which I didn't even know. I know it's not hers, because I know she got rid of it, because I had her copy of Pokemon Pearl. We did a stream of it, so this is not this copy. So, but there we go. I got that now. So the DS collection is done. Another game. Hold on. Is there any more that aren't like big hitters? Yeah, here's a couple here. That aren't large hitters. Alright, I don't remember even having this one, but more Sim games, not part of that 6 game collection. Sim Farm. So there we go, we got Sim Farm. I probably shouldn't put everything on top of the Sim Isle CD. I mean, I feel like it's probably fine, but... So we got that. I do remember this one, Sim Tower. I played a little bit of this one. I've heard that like Fallout mobile game that came out, where you like raise like your own vault or something. I hear it's similar to this. So Sim Tower. And I don't remember what's in this one. Oh, this is, so I don't have a lot of nostalgic memories with this version, but Sim Ant for PC. I have a lot of nostalgic memories with the Super Nintendo version, probably because of its music. I remember playing this on PC and it just didn't have the same vibe. Maybe it's better, I don't know, but yeah, Sim Ant. Mario Pinball Land tends to fester in your head. Yeah, I feel like people don't really like Mario Pinball Land, or I don't know, or it's not as well regarded. I don't know, maybe these days it's a hidden gem. Alright, so this game, oh man, I'm really thankful for this one, because this one is not a cheap one. The case is busted, but that's okay, because it's still complete. It's just the back isn't attached anymore, but it's okay. So this helps reduce my PS1 collection down to getting 1 full game and a demo disc. So now I have Dragon Warrior 7. This game has the longest intro of any freaking game ever. I swear, this game takes like 3-4 hours to get to like the first battle. Like, I'm serious. There's so much intro to this game. They did release this, also this is Dragon Quest now, but this is the last one localized as Dragon Warrior in North America. But I know they did re-release this on the 3DS, and I think they made that intro part way less tedious. So I had to get that one. I got pretty far in that game back in the day, but it's a behemoth of a game. It's huge, and it's so hard. Oh my goodness, it is very, very, very difficult. So, all right. North America, Thousand Year Door came out just a week after Pinball Land. Oh, so they kind of just like, well, whatever. They swept that under the rug. All right, let's get into what you guys want to see. The cartridge games. I guess Pokemon Pearl's a cartridge, but you know what I mean. And also Pokemon Pinball is too, but you know what I'm talking about. We're talking about the carts, yeah. Hashtag the content, yeah. So a couple, all of the remaining ones are childhood. No, there's one more that's not. Two more that aren't. Okay, we'll show off those first. Two more that aren't childhood games. So we'll get these out of the way. I think I may have purchased both of these for Scythe, but he gave them to me. One of which is Vegas Stakes. I do have big memories with this game. I never did beat it because it is just a casino game. At the end of the day, but you know it's a good time. So, you know, Vegas Stakes. It's made by Nintendo, so maybe one day it'll be on NSO. Doubtful. Did they add a Vegas game? I don't think they had Vegas Stakes. There's no way they had Vegas Stakes. I'd be playing it right now. The other one, so this one here, while it's not a game we owned, I emulated the crap out of this. I rented it. I ended up renting the N64, not sequel, but like, I mean, it'll make sense when I show it off. It's Tetris Attack. So I guess I should be going up close with these, right? And Tetris Attack. I haven't really been doing that for all of these. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, so I play this one like a ton, and I love this game. And I owned it on Game Boy. I actually did a stream of it. But no, I freaking love Tetris Attack, and this is my favorite puzzle game of all time. And you know, when Panel de Pon came out on the Switch NSO, I was like just as excited. You know, it pains me because obviously the title is the only thing keeping it from being on the Switch, right? Like, it's it. If it didn't have Tetris in the name, then like this would 1000% be on there. So if it was like Yoshi's Puzzle League or something, then this would be on this would be on. We probably wouldn't even gotten Panel de Pon. So Side Pocket, yeah, a little different than Vegas Stakes. Cool game. It'd been funny if they mentioned that game in Tetris Forever. Yeah, Nintendo just want to capitalize on Tetris for a non-Tetris game. Yeah, it is pretty funny that it's called Tetris Attack. But that is what it is. I mean, yeah, I guess you could probably call it like Yoshi's Puzzle League, right? That's probably like the best name for it. Or just Puzzle League. It is the original. You just say Panel de Pon. I know it's not that version. I would love to own that. If I ever see Panel de Pon out in the wild, I'm 1000% buying it, if it's cheap enough. Alright. Alright, the rest of these are actual childhood games. Actual childhood games. Now, that being said, some of these have been played by me way more than others. Some have not been played very much, if at all. So let's go into some of the ones I played less. Starting with these two sports games, which I think one belonged to my other brother, and one I think is technically mine, but I mean it was pretty much bought to play with him because he was big into sports games. You have that 3-game puzzle collection on GameCube with his Panel de Pon. You know, the right heart. Oh, is it like a Japanese one? That's cool. Final Boss and Panel de Pon sounds like Final Fantasy music. Yeah, that's a neat. I think that theme is technically in like the actual like Yoshi's Island, but it's like or not Yoshi's Island, in Tetris Attack, but it's like the intro theme for Bowser if you just let it play out. But anyway, stupid. Anyway, here's Champions World Class Soccer, probably like a $3 game, which I've probably played like twice. So yeah, I own it. This is technically a childhood game, so you know, cross it off the list. I don't really have much to talk about it other than I remember enjoying other soccer games more, like FIFA 96 I remember enjoying on a rent. Speaking of 96, here's another sports game that I really don't have too much memories with, which is NFL Quarterback Club, which was like basically like the Madden competitor, and also wasn't a huge fan of like I played a lot of Madden 96, which I do own now, right? Somewhere. Surely I'm pretty sure I do. It's in there. So I'm sure I own it now. But you think you had the 98 version on was there a Quarterback Club on an N64? I wouldn't doubt it. All right. Other two SNES games, because honestly these games are like not as I feel like the SNES games that I got, the better ones were like that you've seen already, like Tetris Attack and Yoshi's Island. But I also, in case I didn't mention this already, these were given to me by Saif, except for the ones I obviously did purchase way back when, and he said what happened to own, so I didn't actually pay anything for these. So, you know, huge shouts to him. This is Primal Rage on the Super Nintendo. It is bad. I'm not a fan of this game. It is not a good fighting game. Played it a little bit and was not into it. So, but it's a game we owned growing up, so there it is. Honestly, of the childhood games here, the one that probably got the most C is this one here, and it's not incredible, and also it's probably even harder than it was then as a kid because of the knowledge needed for it, and that's Jeopardy Deluxe Edition, which did see some decent play, but you know, I was a kid, so it was hard then, probably even more difficult now. So but you know what, probably better than Jeopardy on Switch. I am famously not a fan of the new Jeopardy because it's like easier Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You're playing with 3 people. When you buzz in, it's multiple choice 3 answers. So if the first 2 people get it wrong, the third person will get it right. Like, there's no chance for everyone to get a question wrong ever. Why is there not 4 choices, at least? Like, so that everyone can miss. It is weird. It is very weird. I'm just not a big fan. I never owned Wheel of Fortune growing up. And now I really love, in that same game compilation, America's Greatest Game Shows, by the way, on Switch. I love Wheel of Fortune because it is very faithful to the show, and I just love Wheel of Fortune in general, and it is fun. So I guess it just translates better as a video game than Jeopardy does. So probably because like you guess one letter at a time as opposed to having to type in words and stuff. So I'm sure that's part of it. That's why I get why they went in the direction they did for Jeopardy. That doesn't mean I like it, though. I think a good middle ground is what they did in Family Feud on Switch, whereas you start typing in a word, and as you do, it starts, like, giving you autofill answers. And, like, yeah, you could game the system that way, but it's, like, less likely. Like, I don't know. It feels like you need to know it better in Family Feud. Like the answer to the question, because, you know, you have to start typing in more, so, I don't know. You owned Family Feud as a kid. Louis Anderson was a host at the time. So, actually, what's funny, I guess, technically, maybe I should, what if I just took these from Zenonia? No, she owns them. I'm not gonna fight her for these. Because that would be stupid. But she owns these like DVD versions of Deal or No Deal or Family Feud. It's like the Richard Karn version of Family Feud, I believe. And I'm trying to remember. Deal or No Deal was awesome from what I remember because like it's Deal or No Deal. You pick the briefcase, you know, they get shuffled. Like it rules. Like, it's a great version of Deal or No Deal. Like, it's on DVD. You get Howie Mandel. You know, you get the bank offers. It's awesome. Like, it's on. Maybe I should have taken that. But Family Feud, I remember not being as good, and I think because it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't translate as well to a DVD game. But Deal or No Deal does very well. So, I love Deal or No Deal. Every time I go to the arcade and the machine's there, I gotta play it. I don't know why. I just love Deal or No Deal. Pure luck-based game, but I love it. So, I just love the presentation of it. I'm a big fan of game show presentation. Probably why I like Price is Right so much. So that's probably part of it. Deal or No Deal for the Nintendo DS? I don't own it. What's a good video? What are you talking about, Master Star Man? Alright. Let's continue here. So we're done with SNES. So let's move on to NES. So we'll go. This one I've been I should mention, with these two games, I am missing one NES game now. By the way, if you're curious, if you want to follow along with like I'll show you guys after. I don't want to spoil it. Never mind. But yeah, with this, I have one NES game left to get. I could have had the rest of them. I could have had my NES childhood collection complete, but I felt really bad, like, taking the other one. So, like, he wasn't gonna part with it, so it's fine. I'm not upset about it. There's a video of him opening 50 copies of Deal or No Deal, as well as $1 Walmart sales. Be a bunch of blank cases. Yeah, but then you're like stripping all those Deal or No Deals from people. I mean, I would keep a copy. I don't know. I get, like, people do that and it's fun, but I don't know. For me, I'm trying to just get the games I want. Like, if I bought Deal or No Deal and there was 50 there and they were $1 each, like, I would just buy one. Like, I wouldn't buy 50. That seems a bit unnecessary at the end of the day. I get it, like, buying it for your game cases, but I don't know. I feel like you can just buy DS cases, though, like, without having to buy a game and, like, destroying. I don't know. Like, obviously when you buy something, it's yours to do with whatever you want, but I feel like if I already owned it, it would be different than like going to somewhere to do that and then to purposely destroy 50 games. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I'm getting at. But whatever, you know, if someone buys it, it's theirs to do with it, so I can't really complain. All right, let's return to the subject matter of the video, of the stream, which is video games. So this game is impossible, and I've never beaten it. It's an unlicensed game on the NES, and I don't know if I don't think I got rid of it yet, but I own the actual Genesis version of this game. So this is Afterburner on NES. This game is impossible. I would love to beat it one day, but it is very, very, very difficult. This is actually based on Afterburner 2, and the reason I know this is because, unless Afterburner 1 is the same as Afterburner 2, like, because I played Afterburner 2 on Sega Genesis, and the levels and controls and everything are like the exact same. So unless I feel safe in saying this is modeled after that, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, this game is impossible. But I have huge nostalgic memories with this, especially the music and stuff. And so yeah, this is a Tengen game. I don't know if you can see, probably not, but it says Sega Enterprises there. So yeah, a Sega game on the NES. Yes. I mean, the Tengen games are pretty well known. I feel like people go after them. Technically, not a complete collection of NES would have them on it, but like, Tengen games are like the most official, unofficial games, I feel like, for the NES. Like, there's so, like, Gauntlet's on there, which I think I think eventually ended up becoming an official NES game anyway. Like they released it on a Grey Cart. RBI Baseball, I think, is another famous one that people really like. I'm trying to think some other notable. Pac-Man, which Pac-Man I think also became a Grey Cart game. I'm just saying they're like I said, they're the most official unofficial Nintendo games to me, because we owned a couple. Actually, we owned this one and the other one, which I didn't get. But the other game, which I also have huge nostalgic memories for, also available on NSO. I almost purchased this when we went on our vacation 2 months ago, but they would not haggle at the store. So whatever, it's fine. I try to haggle if I can. If I go into a store that's not a chain, I'll try to haggle, because the worst they can say is no, right? But it was too expensive for me to buy. But hey, now I have my childhood copy of it. And hey, I even heard the story about how I got, or not how I got. I know how I got this. Syph gave it to me, but of how he got it. So I won't share that because that's his story to tell. But hey, at least now I know and how this came to be. So this is Yoshi on the NES. So yeah, you can play this on NSO now. I remember playing the multiplayer with this all the time with my fam. And is it a great puzzle game? It was back then to me. I really liked it. Is it now? Maybe not. But I didn't know any better, so it's all right. The other NES game that I don't own, by the way, that the last one I need to get is Klax on the NES, and that's Rad Gravity to me on my channel is Klax to Syph on his channel. I mean, he's probably more known for Banjo-Tooie, but I feel like he has that same kind of like his like little intro thing is like the clear sound effect in Klax. Like he loves that game. Probably one of his favorites of all time. So that's like I said, that's his Rad Gravity. What a weird thing to say, but so it's his. I will find my own copy of Klax one day. So Yoshi was your favorite when you were a kid? That is until I was a big Daisy girl. Well, Daisy, to my knowledge, does not have her own game. No, probably not, because Princess Peach has 2. So, remember this, when the Wii Online channel cost $5 to get, they later made it free and let people get a free NES game to make up for it. Yoshi's Game you picked. Oh, like you had to buy the Wii, like you had to buy the Wii Shop channel? No, I don't remember this. That seems, they should have given you 2, like for being an investment. Because like, if it costs you $5, those games cost $5 to get. That's, oh, the internet browser. Oh, okay. Still, that's, you know what I mean? It's not really a refund. No, I got you. I got you now. You know what? I think I do remember that costing points. I think I do. All right. The last 2 games, guys. And then we'll talk about random crap. Honestly, this has been a real fun time already. I'm really enjoying this. I need to do just this more, but all right. So the remaining 2 games. Now here's the thing. Here, hold on before I finish. So these are N64 games, and I need to start with a asterisk with this. Not for these games, but with these games, I will only need 1 game left for my N64 collection, and it's a really cheap game to get, thankfully. But there are several games that I technically don't own, but Bobo owns. So I'm not gonna go out of my way. Like Syph had them. I could have got them, but I decided not to. Like, there was no reason to, because Bobo already owned them. So I'll just quickly list off those games now. And it probably would have made this way more exciting if he'd given them to me, but also there was no point. But those games are GoldenEye 007, Pokemon Stadium, Diddy Kong Racing, Donkey Kong 64, and Paper Mario. So very big heavy hitters on the N64. Bobo has those. Scythe also has them. There was no reason to get them again because I own, actually Bobo doesn't own GoldenEye. I own GoldenEye. I have my own copy of GoldenEye now. Master Star mentioned that too. I forgot about Tengen's Tetris. Yeah, they have they have their own version of Tetris as well. My bad. I guess I should have talked about that. Sorry, you brought it up again, so I figured I would mention it. So yeah, so all those N64 games, in theory, I guess could have been here, but I mean that would have been dumb because I'm not gonna ask him for those games because Bobo owns them and I own GoldenEye. So these two she doesn't. I've been looking for this one here that I'll start off with here is Bomberman Hero. I have been trying to get this one for a while now. For a decent price, I should say. I've seen it at game stores, and I just didn't bite the bullet on it. But Scythe gave me his copy. So, back in the day, I guess I had a very big video game addiction when I was a kid. Well, you know, what addiction is my life, right? And so Scythe would only let me play one level of this a day. Now, I was allowed to play it as much as I wanted to get, like, the perfect or whatever, but then once I did, I had to stop. So that helped limit my progress in this game. And I don't think I've ever actually beaten this game because of that. There's quite a few levels in this game, and I think I got all the way till the end. And I never finished it because this game is brutal at the end, from what I remember. So there we go, Bomberman Hero, on the N64. You know, we'll play it again at some point. We'll finish it one level at a time. He also famously made me play at that same pace for Donkey Kong 64, which I know I've mentioned before, but one golden banana a day. Similar though, you know, I could do other stuff, but one golden banana a day definitely limited my progress in DK64. You know, I love my brother for that. Honestly, it's a memory I get to talk about, and you know, unique to me. Now this last game here, I am very grateful for. I'm very surprised he even gave this to me. I believe he let me play this for like 30 minutes or an hour every time I was allowed to play it. I also never actually finished this game on this cartridge. I later did when I owned it on other things. He said that this is the first game he ever bought with like his own work money. So, you know, this I honestly thought it was GoldenEye. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, he might know better than I do. I really thought it was GoldenEye. I thought GoldenEye was the first N64 game that we owned. But maybe we're both right. Maybe GoldenEye is the first game that he bought, but wasn't with work money. Maybe this game was the first game he bought with work money. You know what I mean? So I guess both stories can be true. So I'm really grateful for this one, especially because this version of the game, you know, without emulating, obviously, is the only way you can experience this version of the game. So thank you, Scythe, for giving me your copy of Ocarina of Time, collector's edition. I appreciate it, man. So, I was just gonna get a gray copy, honestly, to get my, you know, to get the childhood back as I drop this box down. But you know, he gave me the gold one. This is the pre-order bonus. The original release of this game came in gold. So, thank you so much. I appreciate it. We'll put it up on the shelf there. So, it's you know, it's not as expensive as I thought it would be. I thought that would be worth a lot more. It's not cheap. but it's not like hundreds of dollars. I think it's like just under 100 actually. But that's the childhood copy of Ocarina of Time. When we got the N64, we rented games all the time until I said he eventually bought GoldenEye, and then that Ocarina of Time. We had rented GoldenEye, so when he bought Zelda, that was the first time us playing it. That was an actual purchased game. That was the first time us playing that. So that's cool. I actually did do an Odin's collection of this cartridge way back in the day, and I remember loading up my file, and it was in Ganon's castle. It was like at the end of the game, and like it wasn't finished. I'm like, why did I get all the way to the end of the game and never finish it? So we're gonna finish that version of Zelda one day. All right. But that's it. That's the haul, guys. I mean, that's not it for the stream. We'll talk a bit more. I don't really have any plans for the evening. Do you guys have any plans? Anything? If you got places to be, sure. But if you don't, stick around. Have a good time. That's everything I got in Canada. It's a lot of stuff. But it's a significant chunk of my backloggery cleared. I mean, not like game cleared, but my wish list cleared. So I want to share that real quick with you guys. So if you go, I don't know if can you click that? Does that work properly? I want to leave YouTube. Go to site. Does this work? Yeah, it does. Okay, so my wish list on backloggery right now is all of my childhood games that I don't own yet. And so obviously a lot of the ones that you just saw are on there still. So those will be crossing off the list here. To my knowledge, there might be some stuff I just forgot to put on there. Possibly. Like there might be some stuff that's like not on this list yet. That I just forgot about. But for the most part, it's correct. And so, this is going to knock off a huge chunk of this. So like I said, the NES is going to go down to 1 game, SNES 2 games, N64 1 game, DS is done, PlayStation is 1 game and a demo disc. I know demo disc sounds weird, but it came with my PlayStation 1, like the slim version, like the one that came out, I think, when the PS2 did. That's why they called it the PS1. It's like the white, smaller PlayStation. But it had a demo disc that I have really like fond nostalgic memories for, so I want to track that down. Ape Escape is the other one I'll have to get now, which he did have. I could have gotten, but he said he wanted it still. So it's his stuff. And I'm not gonna be like, no, give me all your stuff. Like, I was appreciative of anything he was willing to part with. So I was very happy that he was willing to part with so much. So some of them are like pretty cheap games, but like that saves me from having to buy some of the bargain bin titles and whatnot. So obviously Ocarina of Time was a big one. Dragon Warrior 7 was also a big one as well. And honestly, some of those weird PC games also like maybe doesn't seem as like cool, but like the fact that like I got those is so much better than maybe having to find them later down the road. So because those are way more obscure. Are they valuable? Probably not, but they're pretty obscure. So. But yeah, so that was my trip to Canada. I mean, I really just showed off stuff I got. Like I said, I saw a lot of my family, and it was, I don't know the right word. I was going to say melodramatic, but that's not the right word. What's the word? There's a word for like bittersweet, I think is the right word. Because it like sucked to have to leave. because I don't know the next time I'm gonna vacation there now. It's gonna be slightly more difficult. I mean, not impossible. I obviously still have family there, so it's not like I can't go there anymore or something like that. But you know, it's as far as like where I like grew up, it's a little more difficult for sure. Especially, you know, like with me and Bobo. If it was just me, not as big of a deal, but both of us for sure. So you're getting your My Sims Cozy bundle. Well, that's good. Hope you enjoy that. Played Ocarina of Time with the Master Quest. So I own the Master Quest on the Master Quest like bundle on GameCube now. I had it when I was game chasing way back when, but I actually loaned it to one of my work friends and I never got it back. And I want to say that version also wasn't in fantastic condition. This one also isn't in fantastic condition, but I really just wanted to own it just to have it again. And I've never actually played Master Quest, so I would like to experience that one day. You know, with the weird like cow switches and stuff. Like I just want to experience it. I think that would be a lot of fun to do. I need to sit up here. Oh man, I also changed the lighting on here. I just turned on regular lighting on the shelf. Normally I have like colored lighting on to match like Prince of Persia or whatever I'm playing. But I just went with standard lighting today, just to see how it would look. And I think it looks neat. Also, hey, there's the boxed. I don't know if you can see Rob under there. Maybe you can. If I rotate my chair a bit, but Rob is underneath DK there. So those are my two boxed amiibos, which I've talked about before. Why they're still in the box. Like I said, I probably won't keep Sora in the box because I just bought him. Like it's nothing like, it's not like wow I got Sora, like you know what I mean. It's just like whatever. You know, now that I think about it, Cloud. Oh no, he's not. I don't have him anymore. All right, I don't have Cloud anymore. I used to. I gave him away last year. That's right. He was a gift. How could I forget? I don't own Cloud anymore. He was in the box though. Hey, you know, good thing honestly. It would have been a little weird giving away Cloud opened. I guess if he was like really valuable or something maybe, but you know, it's a little different than like if you got like a loose NES game for Christmas these days. You know, it's you're probably less likely to get a new NES game, but a loose cartridge, you know, I would still pop off. Actually, Bobo got me I don't know if you can see it on the shelf. No, you can't because it's up there. It's on the upper tier of the shelf. She gave me a box copy of Super Mario RPG on Super Famicom, which is worth a lot less than the North American one. For the most part, Super Famicom games value is, for the most part, is significantly lower than the North American version. Because if she got me a box copy of the North American version, then that would have been one hell of a Christmas gift. But no, the Super Famicom one, which, mind you, is very cool. You know, I talked about wanting Panel de Pon earlier. I love collecting for Super Famicom, honestly, because it plays on the SNES very easily. If you want to know how to mod your SNES to play Super Famicom games, take a pair of pliers. This is the dirty way to do it. There's probably a clean way to do it. Here's the down and dirty way to do it. Take a pair of pliers, open up the dust cover, look at the two little plastic things on the back that are preventing the SNES, they're preventing the Super Famicom cartridge from going in. Just pry them out. It works. Is it a clean method? Probably not. But like, let's be real. Are you looking inside your SNES ever? No, you're not. So it is the easiest system to mod. Anyone can do it. You need a pair of pliers and you can mod a Super Nintendo to play Super Famicom games. They thought like that would be enough to prevent. People probably did that way back in the day. I felt like a genius when I figured out you could do that. I'm trying to think if I looked that up before doing it. I don't know, but I remember buying a Super Famicom game. The first one I think I purchased was Seiken Densetsu 3, which is Trials of Mana, by the way, now officially re-released in English. But that was I'm pretty sure that was the first Super Famicom game I ever bought, and because I really liked the fan translation that I emulated the heck out of back in the day, and so I wanted to own the actual game, and so I wanted to play. Actually, weirdly enough, I've actually beaten that. I've actually beaten Seiken Densetsu 3 in Japanese, an RPG. And I definitely used a guide to help me get through it. Because, like, even though I had played the game before, I needed a guide to kind of, like, you know, I wasn't, like, super familiar with necessarily who to talk to and whatnot. I love the game, but I'm not that knowledgeable about it to that point. So I needed a guide to kind of, like, hey, here's who to talk to and stuff to kind of progress, to kind of follow along the story as well. Because I really love that one. If you've ever played Secret of Mana and you're like, you know, there's something here, but I'm just not vibing with it, definitely check out Trials of Mana. It's on the collection of Mana, which is on. I think that's still only on Switch, right? Is that not on Steam or anything else? I think that's only on Switch, right? That seems wild to me, but I think so. Like, that's really weird. I guess it's not that weird thinking about it, because they're both like Game Boy and Super Nintendo. I guess there's 2 Super Nintendos in a game. I mean, I don't know. It's a bit weird. They probably could have released that other stuff. Anyway, definitely check out Trials of Mana on the Collection of Mana. Is that on sale right now? Also, song playing right now, by the way. This is like a pretty famous one in like the ROM hacking community and whatnot. This is an unused song in the sound test for the Flintstones, the movie tie-in game to the Flintstones, the one like with John Goodman. Yeah, this is from the Flintstones on SNES, and it was just in like the sound test for the game, never in the actual game, just in the sound test. Notably amazing song that's for some reason in the Flintstones licensed movie game. So why is it so good? I don't know. What were we looking at? Collection of Mana? There's the big sale going on, right? On the eShop and stuff, right? What's Collection of Mana going for right now? It came out digitally. I ended up waiting for it physical. It came out like a month later physical, I think. Yeah, the Flintstones movie game. It rocks. Yeah. Alright. US price, it is on sale right now until the 2nd. $16 US. So I don't know if that translates to Canadian. Probably like 25 or less. Probably not that much. Probably 22. That sounds a little more realistic. 20, 21. Somewhere in that ballpark. You're just buying it for Trials of Mana. You're buying it for Final Fantasy Adventure. And you're buying. I love Secret of Mana. I'm not trying to hate on Secret of Mana. I just know the game. Like, Secret of Mana feels like it should play better than it does. It definitely has like weird like hitbox stuff and like missing and whatnot, because it's like an action. It's a Secret of Mana is a turn-based game disguised as an action RPG. You kind of have to get around that to play Secret of Mana, because like you're waiting on a bar to build up, and like I said, you can miss. Like it's weird. It's weird to explain. And it feels that it's more turn-based when you think about how like the items and the magic and stuff work. So you know, it like there's definitely instances where you can move around and dodge stuff, but it's like less. It happens way less than like it should probably, especially when things start having like magic and stuff. Then it doesn't matter anymore. It really doesn't. You're getting hit. But it's very fun with friends. It's probably the best way to experience it is with friends. Trials of Mana is more. It's like it's still the same vibe, but all the numbers flash on screen, so when you miss, it's clear. You like put points into your stats, so like if you're missing a bunch, you can raise your dexterity to raise your accuracy. Like, you know, you can choose that. the there's no like percentage bar to build up. You kind of just have a downtime in between attacks, and you build up like a power gauge of your special moves that like you will hit with them. Like you will not miss with a special move. I think technically if it misses, like you don't use up the charges of it. Like you can just keep using it until it hits or something. So I just like the flow of it way more. And obviously it has a customizable party. You choose 3 of 6 characters, which is kind of a bit of a steep learning curve, because how could you possibly know who you like until you start playing the game? But I really like it. So like I said, if Secret of Mana maybe didn't gel with you, but you kind of like the idea of it, definitely give Trials of Mana a go. I really like the game. So there you go. There's also a remake of it, which I want to play at some point in the future. I know for all I've been saying, you're probably asking like, you haven't played it yet, and well, I'll get into it when I one day do play it on stream for you guys, which might be next year. So, all right, Driftlini, thanks for coming on by. Have a good one. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. But yeah, no, it's a good game for sure. So some other things I want to talk about real quick here. Is I want to talk about an upcoming stream, and then we'll talk a little bit about it right now. We'll go through some stuff. Is the Game Awards. So every year, the Game Awards it's a event hosted on Twitch and YouTube and all over the place, and you know it's like a live stream show, and they give out awards, and you know it's really a glorified commercial because it's all about revealing game trailers and stuff, which seems really weird because, like, you know, again, imagine watching the Oscars because you're excited for the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 trailer. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little weird. But anyway, still watch it. You know, I love video games. I'm glad that they get the coverage that they do, and even though the Game Awards is usually a little cringe, it still does highlight, you know, people in the industry, and it gives them their moment. So, you know, you can disagree with like the choices and everything, but it still at least does highlight, you know, the people that do deserve it, at least, you know. And I know lots more people do, but at least the people being shown off are at least, you know, given their flowers. So, you know, that's the good thing to come out of it. Anyway, where I'm going with this is I normally host a watch along to the Game Awards, and I also supplement that with a Name That Game Tune, which is a trivia contest that I run at this point once a year, sometimes twice. I used to run it way more. I used to want to run it weekly, but you know, once or twice a year is I guess, more in my comfort zone now. But anyway, I will be doing that again this year, and I believe the Game Awards is like the second Thursday in December. Yeah, Thursday, December 12th. So mark your calendars. It starts at 7:30. There's usually a pre-show. It's about half an hour long, I want to say. Now, with that being said, I'll be streaming before that, probably way before that, doing my Name That Game Tune, which is kind of like the feature event for me. Yeah, a pre-show, where they show off stuff still, but it's still considered a pre-show. But anyway, the Name That Game Tune portion of the stream is like the feature event for me, and then when the Game Awards starts, you know, you can bounce if you want to watch it on your own, or you know, you got friends or something you want to watch it with. But you know, it's just a time for us just to vibe and just kind of chill, and just, you know, it's great because it's content that we can kind of all experience together, and I don't have to do much. So, you know, I have to do the occasional muting of audio, but other than that, you know, it's fine. I think it's a good time, honestly. So if you want to come on by for that, please consider watching my stream. I'm going to be hosting that on Twitch this year. I did try it on YouTube last year, but I've made the decision to host it on Twitch because of the Name That Game Tune portion, and also because the YouTube stream, like, even though there's technically a VOD, like, it's not even like watchable everywhere. So I'm just gonna kind of treat it as like, I mean, maybe I'll save the VOD for like myself or so. I don't know. Like, it's not important if it doesn't get archived. You know what I mean? It's not hugely important to me. It's kind of like if you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're not. It's one of those kinds of streams. it's not hugely important if it gets archived or not. So I kind of try to relax a bit and not take that one too. Even though, like, obviously it's a big production with Name That Game Tune, I try to just kind of take it easy that night. Because it's supposed to be fun, especially because I'll have to work the next day too, which really sucks. You know, I miss being able to like stream late at night and then like not work the next day. I haven't had that in a while. You know, what's today? Wednesday? If I had my normal stream schedule, or if I had my normal work schedule right now, I would have tomorrow off. But oh, sorry, I yawned. A little tired still from the trip, I guess. I had to move some work stuff around to be able to get the time off for Canada, so I have to work a lot, unfortunately, to kind of make up for it. So I won't have a day off until like Monday. Even then, I gotta wake up early. So I'm not gonna complain. Like, what I have to complain about, right? Like, you know, I'm working. I got to go to Canada. I got a bunch of stuff like that I wanted. You know, I got some childhood games. I got nothing really to complain about. I tell Bobo all the time, I don't really need anything. Like, the only thing I'm trying to get right now is my childhood games. Like, that's like my number one like thing I want to get. And everything else is just gravy. Yeah, I bought a couple of figurines and stuff like that, and you know, who knows if I'll end up keeping them or whatever, or end up donating them. I have no idea, but you know, it was a fun time while I had it. And you're right, Pixie, I had a blast. And Pixel, I got to hang out with you too, which I'm pretty sure I mentioned, but I want to mention it again. Yeah, I definitely did mention that. It was a great time hanging out with you. I've also been playing a lot of Pokemon trading card game Pocket, which I know I mentioned probably at a Prince of Persia stream, and it's been a lot of fun. And you know, I have a lot of cards now. I'm definitely missing some key ones, definitely some rares and EXs, but you know, it's been a good time. Pokemon Pocket's been great, so it'd be fun to stream that game too, or do videos on it or something, but I don't really have a good phone recording setup right now, which is weird to think, because like when Fire Emblem Heroes came out, I had a better stream setup for that. When that come out, like 2016 or something like that. So, like, what the heck? Like, it's so many years later. Why don't I have a good setup for streaming now? Why didn't I keep my phone from then just for that? Stupid. Anyway. So, I don't know. They keep updating stuff and making it harder to, like... I need to get, like, a phone emulator or something. I know it sounds cringe, but I need to do something like that. Because, like... Your account's linked right on this anyway, so it probably wouldn't be a huge deal. It's not like I'd lose any data. Anyway, oh yeah, I want to kind of go through the Game Awards a little bit, and just kind of, I mean, we'll probably do this like the night of. I usually look through the awards and get everyone's like opinions on stuff. Let's look at this article, as opposed to going on the actual website, because it's way easier. So we'll just go over a couple of things for it. Like we'll go over Game of the Year nominees. So Astrobot. So I think all the Game of the Year nominees, I think, except for one, were like 90 plus on Metacritic, I want to say, and an OpenCritic. What did Metaphor score? Metaphor's another one. Am I wrong? Metaphor get 90? Did it? Did it not? Oh no, it definitely did. Okay. Yeah, the only one that didn't was like... Yeah. all my friends have been playing Metaphor, and it's like, where did this one? What did this score? Have I passed it? Did it really score this low? There's no way. Where is this game? What did it score? $82? Okay. Guys, I know, like, Game Awards are, you know, they're not real. But, like, 82? So everything else on here is 90 plus. So, like, everyone loves it. This game has 82. Okay, so here's the games. Astrobot, which is, like, 90 plus. Balatro, which is, like, an indie game. It's, like, a poker-styled game. But it's 90 plus. People love it. I've heard really good things about it. Black Myth Wukong, 82. It's an 82. Nominated for Game of the Year. Over so many other games. It's really weird. Alright. Sure. I don't know anything about it. Like, what about it? Like, what about it is like... One of the lowest rated Game of the Year nominees in Game Awards history, according to Polygon. Why? Alright, well, anyway, it's nominated for Game of the Year. So... Alright, oh, here's another weird one. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree, which is DLC. A bit of an odd one because it's DLC. So, like, it's not even, like, a new game. Like, from what I've heard, it's like, extensive content. From what I've heard. And very good. But, like, I feel like, there's already a category for Best Ongoing Game. Why have that award if any game can get into Game of the Year at the same time? It just seems a little weird. Like, if you guys don't know, I am a huge fan of Diablo 2. Like, massive fan. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Top 5. Alright? Love the game. And the expansion... Lord of Destruction came out, I think, a year after, 2 tops. I want to say it was a year, though. Okay. The expansion, story-wise, adds, like, an extra act into the game. And, you know, a few more hours, really. But the other content that it adds is huge for the entirety of Diablo 2. And, like, transforms the game and makes it, like... You would not want to play vanilla Diablo 2 over playing Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, right? Like, it like is a massive update for the game that just makes it so much better. And, like, you know, when people talk about Diablo 2, they're not talking about base Diablo 2. They're talking about Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction. Like, that's what they're talking about, right? Now, with that being said, I would not, like, all of a sudden nominate that game, Lord of Destruction, because it does so much for Diablo 2. Like, that's not fair. Like, there's a lot that already exists for Diablo 2 going into it. Like, and so the same, I feel like, is the same for Elden Ring. Like, the base game was already amazing. And, you know, to be fair, you know, I would probably still enjoy vanilla Diablo 2, but, you know, there's probably some people that wouldn't. But I feel like anyone can enjoy Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction. And so, you know, from what I know, Elden Ring DLC is like brand new like content, right? But like it feels very awkward to be in Game of the Year when like it's just an add-on to the game. Like it's not a sequel. You know, and I mean maybe it's just because it's marketed as such, but you also need to own Elden Ring to be able to play it. So it's not really a new game, right? Like you can't just buy the DLC, to my knowledge, and just play. You know what I mean? Like you have to own Elden Ring to play the DLC. You need to own Diablo 2 to play Lord of Destruction. I mean, nowadays they come packaged together, but you know, back in the day, right? So it's a little silly, all right. Guys, I really love Diablo 2, alright? You know, I'm just saying, like, Lord of Destruction, one of the best DLCs to ever exist. I know I said story-wise it's not a lot, but it adds so much to the game, alright? Okay? It does. There's just so much more to Diablo 2 with the expansion. Anyway. Yeah. I feel like they definitely could have nominated something else. What could they have nominated? What would have been a better nominee? Okay, let's go over the other nominees too. The other nominees, by the way, is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Metaphor, ReFantazio, or just Metaphor. I feel like most people probably know it as that, not the subtitle. Let's take Elden Ring and Black Myth out of it because Black Myth scored really low, and Elden Ring's a DLC. And let's see, like, there. Let's go on. I'm gonna go on the Hall of Fame, best games of 2024 on OpenCritic here. If you guys want to follow along with me, I'll post it on here. If you want to look at the scores with me. So there's like. I feel like, so we're not talking to any add-ons here, right? So Vampire Survivors Ode to Castlevania, which scored a 92, is not part of it. I feel like for a game to be nominated, it not only has to have like good review scores, but it has to have like a lot of review scores. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like tons of people needed to review it well. Like, there's like this visual novel game here, and it has like a 92, but it's like 17 critics. Whereas, like, when you look at something like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, it's like 155 critics. Like, 155 critics gave that an overall of 93, and 17 gave this other game 92. So, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the game is bad or anything, but, like, you know, when Astrobot has 158 reviews, and it's got 95 overall, like, that should be... Astrobot better win Game of the Year. Honestly, it should win. Truthfully, it has just as many reviews on OpenCritic at least, and probably like, and that just takes from other places, as Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and has a higher score. I truly believe Astrobot should win this year, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a platformer stan or anything like that. I haven't even played Astrobot. I haven't played any of these games. Who plays video games anymore? But I truly believe it should win, just based on that. Balatro probably doesn't have nearly as many reviews, but, you know, it has 53. You know what I mean? It has a solid amount, and it's sitting at a 91. It should definitely win Independent Game of the Year. I don't know if it's the first game from that studio. Definitely should win Best Indie or Best Debut Indie, if that's a thing. But yeah, let's talk about some stuff that, like, could... Is Satisfactory new? Is this a remake? It has a 9. But it's also only has 14 reviews. Okay, so here's some games that should probably be nominated here. Tekken 8. Okay. That was released at the beginning of this year. It's got a 90. Okay, 150 plus reviews on this one. So Tekken 8 definitely snubbed, I think. That's a bit of a weird one. I feel like UFO 50 probably doesn't have too many reviews. No, but it has a 90. From what I've seen, it looks really cool. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth also could be nominated. Also a 90, 150 plus reviews. So, you know, similarly, that could be a Game of the Year nom. Animal Well, if they wanted to nominate another indie, sitting at 89 with 50 plus reviews. Probably a decent nod. You know. Like, Talos Principle 2 has 4. Oh, is this a DLC? Or is it the actual game? What's a 4 reviews? So. Yeah, I mean, you could argue probably Thousand Year Door. It's sitting at 89 with 80 something reviews. So here's the thing that I would probably not nominate. I feel like Game of the Year should truly go to new things, and I know immediately by saying that you're like, well, what about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, right? If you look at Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, and you look at Thousand Year Door, right? Like, very clearly, like, you could play the GameCube game, you know what I mean? And get the same experience. Yes, I know it's improved and everything like that, but you know what I mean, right? Whereas Remake and Rebirth are very clearly, like, yes, they have the same story, roughly. It's definitely way expanded. Like, it's so much more. Like, it's not even the same thing. It's based on a script. It's like... It's like a novel being adapted to a movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much different. like it's not the same. It is not. It's definitely, like, yes, it is a remake. But Thousand Year Door is a remaster more than a remake. Yeah, it could be argued it technically falls in the same criteria, but come on, like, it's not the same thing. It's not. So I'm just saying, I personally, for Game of the Year for me, I would want to see games that are actually new in it. So that's why I would say Thousand Year Door. I'm not saying someone couldn't have that as their Game of the Year, but I'm just saying for a show that recognizes new games and stuff like that, for, like, you know, this is supposed to be like the premier game show. Then they really should focus on truly new stuff. And I think it really can't be argued that FF7 Rebirth is not new. Like, it is, you know what I mean? It's very clearly new. Like, it is not the same thing as, like, you cannot experience that on the PlayStation 1. It is not the same thing. It's got the same characters, you know, in it. It's got roughly the same story beats, but it is not the same game. It's very different. So anyway, that's what I'm saying for Game of the Year. I'm not gonna look at best game direction because it's literally the exact same nominees. So what's the point of this category? Narrative. Whatever, we're just gonna pass on that. Art, we're just gonna pass on that here. Let's look at music here. Alright. So, for best score in music, you got Astrobot, you got Final Fantasy VII, you got Metaphor, and then the other two that aren't nominated for Game of the Year, you got Silent Hill 2 and Stellar Blade. I always think it's really weird, score in music. I feel like there's so many games that truly do way more than more often than not than the Game of the Year nominees. I'm not saying that none of them have, like, I'm not saying that the Game of the Year noms don't have good music or something like that. But there's some games that are like, it feels questionable. Like, how could you possibly not nominate this game? And I guess everything is subjective, right? But because, like, here's the thing. Like, so if you the best score in music also includes, like, licensed soundtrack too. So, like, when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, like, that'll be probably nominated, may even win best score in music, and could have just completely licensed music that already exists in real life, and you know what I mean? Like that just seems like against the not the character, but like the sure, the character of the award. I don't know if the character's right. That's not the right word, but it just the spirit feels like it's against like the spirit of the award. It just seems really odd. So it's just odd that no, I don't think Smash was nominated for Best Music. And the thing is, like, even though they claim that the game like you know like the cutoff is like November something, and so technically like the games from the end of the year can be in it. It feels like they never are. I mean, maybe Smash may have won like Best Fighting, or I mean, actually I don't think it even did. But it may have won like Best Family Game or something like that. But yeah, like Smash Bros has like it did get Best Fighting. It has like an amazing soundtrack, and like if you strip away Smash Bros Ultimate, if you strip away all of the songs that are obviously not unique to it, both original songs and songs just from other Smash Bros games, there's still a lot of amazing like music in it. And not even including just remixes too, just its own music too. So it's a little odd for sure. Maybe they weren't into like remixes really, because I guess the majority of the soundtrack is that, but it's still a lot. I don't know. Yeah, trust me, I remember that was the first time we streamed the Game Awards. So you don't gotta remind me. That stream. The only reason I streamed that is because I had planned to. I bought Smash Bros Ultimate, like digitally, and so I could stream it that night. So we kind of made an event of it. I remember Saif coming home from work, and I remember because he had been playing Persona 5. Persona 5 wasn't that new, I don't think. He had it on PS3. It came on PS3, by the way, guys. I know. I'm pretty sure it simultaneously released on PS3 and 4, but Persona 5 was developed for the PS3. And I remember coming home and I remember showing him the reveal trailer and him just like, what? Like he just didn't he didn't realize at all. Like I remember being shocked. Like I thought it was really cool. I don't remember like how big Persona 5 was at that time. I know like I think it was the hot game then. People were, when did that game come out? 20. Okay, that doesn't help. Okay, 2017 worldwide. So 2017 was a Switch. So 2018. Okay, so it had been a little over a year. And you know, you probably needed that much time to play through Persona 5. It's a long game, guys. You don't need that much time, but like, come on. But yeah, I remember him. I watched Saif play through the entire most of Persona 5. He loves that series. He was really looking forward to it, and so you know, I tried playing it a little bit by myself. I didn't really get into it. But also, like, I didn't really want to take away from him playing it. Like, it was new for him, so I didn't really want to take away from that. But so, but yeah, you binge Royal in a month. Like, think about that. That's still a month, even if you binge it. Like, that's a lot. Yeah. So, like, here's like best ongoing game. Like, why is Elden Ring not in this? Like, they made new content for it, right? Like, I feel like that should be where your DLC category is. Like, it seems a little odd that it's not in there. So, hey, they nominated UFO 50 for best independent game. That's nice, at least. I think Balatro will win that, as it should. It should also win best debut indie game. It's literally nominated for game of the year. Like, it should win both. Like that. Like, it should win both. And I know like that sucks for the other categories, and it's kind of like at like the Oscars when they nominate like an animated film for like film of the year. But at the same time, like if it's nominated for that, then surely it's the best animated movie of the year or it's the best independent game of the year, right? Isn't that the point? So I would be shocked if it lost either of those. So I hope that, I mean, it is nice when they do like say they give best independent game to Balatro, but then maybe like they get like best debut indie, maybe they give it to something else, just like, hey, you know, like we want to give these people a shout too, but it shouldn't just be about that. Just being nominated, I feel like definitely puts more eyes on the product. I can't believe that Pokemon trading card game Pocket is nominated for best mobile game. Like, it's fun, but like also Balatro is also in here, which, okay, so maybe that game doesn't play as well on phone as it does on PC, maybe. So like I could see it not winning that, okay? Like if the experience on mobile is like different, then I could see it losing that, okay? Like I can genuinely see that. I will still probably choose that for my ballot. However, you know what I mean? Like I get that one. But yeah, Pocket came out like the end of last month. It was like the 30th, I think. And you know, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. You know, I'm playing it obviously, but like at the same time, you know, I don't think it's incredible. I play it and then I put it down. Like it's not like it's not like an experience, I guess. I don't know. Like it's a little weird. All right, let's go into the weird genre ones. I mean, like it's not. It's like different than the trading card game. It's like a miniaturized version of it, but at the same time, it's different. Like it's not the same, because you can play Master Duel on your phone, and you can like, you know what I mean. You can play Duel Links on your phone. Like you can play both of them, right? They're two different experiences. Like Master Duel came out later, but like they're two different games that you can both play on your phone. Like I love the Pokemon trading card game. Huge fan. And I'm having a great time with Pocket. Don't get me wrong. But like I don't think it's incredible. Like there's definitely more they could be doing with it. I don't think it's an incredible game. It serves a purpose. You know, like Duel Links has like all this story and stuff going for it. It's got like all these character interactions. The music is incredible. All the events like have like themes and stuff to it. Like Duel Links is a huge presentation. Duel Links rules, okay? Pocket is just so bare bones. Because like when I remember when they released like the Pokemon trading card game online, the original one on PC, there was like a little bit of like interaction between NPCs and stuff. There wasn't a lot. It kind of had its own thing. But there was something there. It just feels so bare bones in Pocket. And you know, playing against other people is fun, obviously. But I mean, I think it should be like an entire experience, right? And you know, Master Duel is kind of like that, where I mean, it's bare bones as far as like the single player stuff is pretty cool, but I mean, like it's not like hugely story driven or something like that. But like the presentation of Master Duel is great. Like the music's fantastic, and you are playing the actual like Yu-Gi-Oh. You know what I mean? Like the full game. So that's what I mean. Pocket is not better than the Yu-Gi-Oh like mobile games. Like it's below those. Now those games came out forever ago, so obviously it's not getting nominated. But like, you know, it's not as good as those. I'm just saying, like, there's not a whole lot to Pocket. For it the reason it's nominated is because it's Pokemon, you know, and the trading card game is fun. But there's probably better mobile games that could get the nod. Than Pocket. That's what I'm getting at. So, I love a trading card game. Huge fan. The trading card game is like my favorite Pokemon game on Game Boy. Like the Game Boy Color version. Like, it's probably my favorite Pokemon game ever. But that game has so much more character to it. Like, yeah, there's obviously the dueling is the huge part of it, but it just has so much charm and stuff going for it. That just Pocket's just lacking. So maybe they'll add that in the future. One can hope. So, all right, action game. Well, only one of them is nominated for Game of the Year, so Black Myth's got to win that one. Action adventure. Only one. Really? Astrobot's the only action adventure. So action adventure is, I feel like, a stacked category. You have Astrobot, you got Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, you got Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, you got Silent Hill 2, and you got Star Wars Outlaws. This is a loaded category. Astrobot will win. Because again, it's nominated for Game of the Year. So how can it not? You'd be stupid not to choose it. Like, you guys know I'm really loving Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. We will eventually finish it. Probably not before the Game Awards. We have 2 more. Well, no, I might stream tomorrow. Prince of Persia. We have a few streams left before the Game Awards. Right. We might finish it before then. I guess that's really the only... I guess action is different than action adventure, I suppose. I guess platformer more fits that these days. But yeah, that's a loaded category. Role-playing game. 4 of them, or no, 3 of them are Game of the Year nominees: Elden Ring DLC, FF7 Rebirth, and Metaphor. And you also have Dragon's Dogma 2 and Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth, which also could have been nominated for Game of the Year, it feels like. So definitely, you know, some tough competition there. I feel like Metaphor might win that, honestly. I know that seems crazy, but just because it's like a new thing. But also, like, I feel like with the DLC thing, I think Elden Ring might win a bunch of stuff. It feels bad to go against Elden Ring, right? Maybe I shouldn't. Alright. Oh, fighting game. Oh, what's in the fighting game? We got Sparking Zero. We got Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. We got the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Really? Alright. Multiverses, which I guess released again. And we got Tekken 8. I mean, realistically, Tekken 8 should win this one, right? Like it has, like, it's like probably like it's like the premier fighting game of the year, right? Like, I'm sure people probably love Dragon Ball, but I mean, I think Tekken 8 is gonna win this one, right? Like, surely it's going to. Right? Like, Marvel vs. Capcom won't win, right? Like, it's just a collection, right? Like, it won't win, right? It's just a nod. It's just a nod, right? It has to be just a nod. That seems bizarre. All right, best family game. We got Astrobot, Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, Plucky Squire, Princess Peach Showtime. Really? Did that game not do that great? How did that review? Is it even Is it even an 80? I don't think it's even an 80. This is the Nintendo category, right? What did this get? 75! 75! Really? And Mario Party Jamboree. So Astrobot's in this? Astrobot's in this and Action Adventure? That's so stupid. I mean, like, I guess they're not the same thing, but like, at the same time, like, It's gonna be Astrobot, right? Like, surely it's going to be. I mean, appropriate for family play. Oh, yeah, I hope I... Like, Echoes of Wisdom single player, right? Astrobot is, I think. Plucky Squire is. Princess Peach is? Like, there's only... I mean, it's not multiplayer, right? There is a multiplayer category. We'll get to that. I would love Mario Party to win this. There's no way in hell. That'd be great. But it's got to be Astrobot, right? That's a little dumb. It's kind of big dumb. Also, Wolf, I didn't mean to dunk your Duel Links thing. Oh yeah, I do love how you draw packs in Duel Links, where like you will eventually get stuff in the set if you just... Yeah, that would be awesome. They probably don't do that because of the whole like you get free packs, but I mean you pretty much get free packs in Duel Links with gems and stuff, so... But maybe not as much, I don't know. That would be cool. I guess like there's like more cards in Yu-Gi-Oh than there is Pokemon. Like a lot more cards, so they can like get away with that. All right, Simulation Strategy. Hey, 5 games that are not nominated for Game of the Year. So this one is like an actual competition here. Got Age of Mythology Retold, which is a remake, right? So like, is it new? Got Frostpunk 2. Got this game from Capcom that I have heard of only because I have it in Fantasy Critic. Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess. Is it a strategy game? I thought it was like an action game. I guess I'm wrong. Manor Lords and Unicorn Overlord, which is like the only one of these I've heard of, like that I know of. Like again, the other one I do own in Fantasy Critic. I feel like Unicorn Overlord did decent, right? Like it reviewed pretty well. Yeah, it's got 88. I mean, a game shouldn't necessarily win because it's popular, right? Like that's just because you've heard of it. Like that seems a little silly. Like oh yeah, it should win. But yeah, Manor Lords is sitting at a 72. Kunitsugami is sitting at an 82. Frostpunk 2 is at an 85. With 91 reviews. So, like, you know, that's not a bad, you know, that's not a bad contender there. Age of Mythology at 83. So I would say it's between Frostpunk 2 and Unicorn Overlord. You're probably right. Probably Unicorn Overlord will win. But I think if you chose Frostpunk 2 based on that, you probably wouldn't be... Like, I don't think that'd be incorrect. I know these are just numbers going off of it, but... I don't think that's bad, honestly. Manor Lord seems a bit weird. If I never even heard of it, and it's sitting at a 70. Like, yeah, I guess above a 70, sure, but that's a bit weird. Sports, you got... F1 24, EA Sports Football Club 25, NBA 2K25, Top Spin 2K25, and WWE 2K24. I mean, my wrestling bias, you know, I feel like the wrestling games always do so much. Like a lot of them are starting to become pretty samey. I don't think they should be yearly releases. I really don't think wrestling games should be yearly releases. They definitely could do roster updates and DLC and stuff. I feel like a lot of sports games could do that. But you know, wrestling games have created character, and it's awesome. Like every wrestling game is good because you can make characters. So I don't know. I know this kind of went into just talking about the Game Awards, but whatever. We'll probably just finish this up and get going here. Multiplayer, we got Black Ops 2, Helldivers 2, Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, and Warhammer. It's probably gonna be Call of Duty. I don't think that's like even a question, because the new Call of Duty revealed pretty well, right? Like it did pretty well. Like, I'm pretty sure. 83. I mean, Tekken's sitting at a 90, but I mean, as far as well, I mean, I guess when you play Tekken 8, it's for the multiplayer, right? So I guess I think it's gonna be Tekken 8. Yeah, I think it'll be Tekken 8. Best adaptation. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. No. Most anticipated game. What a weird category. What are you guys looking forward to? I think it'll be Grand Theft Auto 6. I mean, I think it'll be Grand Theft Auto 6. See, I like stuff like Best Esports Game, honestly. Because, like, it's kind of like an ongoing thing, right? And it's something that, like, is... I mean, Best Esports Game could also probably be Best Ongoing Game, too. I don't hate that as a category, honestly. But I really... Like, it's neat that they do, like... Oh, they got rid of the esports coaches. That used to be a category, I'm pretty sure. They got esports team, athlete, and game. And they got content creator of the year. So they've dialed this back. They have 4 awards for this. I feel like they used to have more. Yeah, they used to have like event of the year, coach of the year. So they dialed back those awards. Like, it's nice, but like it also feels... I mean, I guess it's no different than like... No, I feel like someone said, like, this would be, like, best movie watcher of the year or something, like, for the Oscars to have something like this. Or best critic. I'm surprised they don't have something like that, like journalists of the year, like IGN and stuff. I guess because, I guess they can't, because it's voted by them, right? It's voted by the journalists, so I guess you can't do that. That'd be pretty funny, though. Alright. Well, we went through the Game Awards stuff. I don't know. It was fun, I guess. It was a thing to do. So, that's what you can expect from the stream. We'll have a portion where I go over what I chose officially, and also I'll have I think what I'll do is I'll actually have the ballots ahead in advance. I think I'll probably put that in my Discord, maybe. So I think that's what I'll do is I'll put that in my Discord. So I'll make a little form. You guys can submit a ballot. And we can use that to you know, score points throughout the night or something. That could be kind of fun, you know, something to track, I guess. But I think that would be kind of neat to do. Probably be pretty neat to do. I think so. I did that one year. I think I tried to do it last year, but I didn't have the time to set up. So we'll set that up this time. Yeah, I think that's kind of it for the night. I don't think I really have a lot more to share. This was just kind of a chill, relaxed night. I just kind of want to have a just chatting stream. I didn't want to really play any games or anything. I got a lot of cleaning up to do. The house is becoming kind of messy with all the stuff that I brought in from Canada, so I need to take some time to go through it. I don't know if I really will go through a lot of it tonight, honestly. I think I might save that for tomorrow. I do need to get Mario Party up for this weekend. I think there's only one more character board left. This is week 6, right? Last week was I think Yoshi's Island that went up. So, you know, thanks for watching that, guys. I really do appreciate it. I should probably give a special thanks to my channel members for the month of November. Thanks for helping to support my channel. I really do appreciate it. If you want to help support my channel, be part of this credits page next month, please consider hitting the join button down below. If you do so, it gets you a badge next to your name, some emotes, and I'll be adding a Discord server, which was supposed to start this month. I do apologize. I will get that up as soon as I can. So thank you so much for helping to support. It really does mean a lot. So thank you. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the night. I am planning on resuming Prince of Persia tomorrow. But if it doesn't happen tomorrow, it'll be Friday. I have some, like I said, I do have some more free time available to me. Well, I'm home alone right now. Yes, I am home alone. I don't know if I really mentioned that at all. Bobo is away. I won't speak much on that. I'll kind of let her talk on that when she gets back. But she is currently away for the week. So I do have a little bit of time here by myself as I look after the kitties and hold down the fort. So just me. It hasn't been just me in a while. It's a little nostalgic, you know. I went back to Canada and I come back and now I'm by myself for a bit. It's like, I mean, I guess I lived with Syfe, so I wasn't really alone, but you know, it's a lot different. It's not the same. So I might do some more streams just to kind of fill the time and just kind of hang out with you guys. Obviously, I have more content planned for you know, again, the beginning of next year, pretty much. I'm pretty sure I mentioned. I may have mentioned this, but I'm planning to start my Twitch stream series. Officially is starting in January. I know it was supposed to start in like July. So 6 months later, you know, whatever. But I think it'll line up perfect, actually, because it'll give me, I'll be able to finish Mario Party as like a weekend project like I've been doing. It'll give me time to upload Pokemon and work on that Twitch project at the same time. So it will go hand in hand very nicely. And it'll be something to look forward to for 2025, right? So what a weird thing to say, but yeah, it'll be 2025 soon. But yeah, you know, and hey, I'll never, you know, if it takes off, then at least I'll remember that. That'll be an easy year to remember, 2025. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I've been OdinSpack, and I hope to see you all very soon, whether that be on another stream or on another video. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I really do appreciate it. Have a good one. Catch you next time. Bye, everybody.